today I am doing my November TBR, so stay tuned. So, in the month of October, I didn't upload a Bookopoly TBR, and that was kind of because of how crazy the thing I was doing with Weeby Booking was. So basically, it was a TBR jar. I put 7 books in my TBR jar, but I had to roll 14 times because you double the amount of books that you're wanting to read to go in the TBR jar. And then your partner chooses 7 for you to read. And so I rolled 14 times. It was kind of confusing, and then I ended up having to read 2 more extra books that didn't go in the TBR jar. It was kind of crazy. So I was supposed to read 9 books last month. And the books I was supposed to read were, it was Arkham. So the first roll was a comic book, and I was supposed to read Arkham Asylum, Living Hell. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of it because I read 2 different ones. And then I was to read a book featuring something you'd like to do. That was a chance card, which is a prompt. So it was read something. And I would like to solve a mystery, so I read Sign of 4. The third one was horror, so I chose Betrayal. I didn't end up reading that one. Fourth roll was contemporary. I chose Geekerella. That one didn't get chosen. 5 was a community shelf card. Ended up being Mercy. That didn't get chosen. 6 was an adult fantasy, and that was Mistborn, and I read Mistborn. I did read Mistborn. 7 was classic. I ended up reading Dune by Frank Herbert. I read Dune, so that's another one. 8 was a library book, so I read the Hollowed Ones. Did not end up reading that one. That was in my jar. 9 was contemporary, so I chose My Sister's Keeper. That was also chosen. Did not finish. 10 was another chance card. It was read a book written by an author from a different country than you. So I chose Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but that didn't get chosen for TBR jar. 11 was Sherlock Holmes retelling, so I chose Moriarty. I read Moriarty. 12 was another comic book, so I chose Arkham Manor. Read that. 13 was historical fiction, so I chose Anna Darkin for that. That didn't get chosen. And then 14 was nonfiction, so I chose Fun Home. That did get chosen, and I read Fun Home. So, yeah. In total, I read 7 of the 9 books I was supposed to read. So, I have to add 2 extra rolls to my TBR. So, let's get to the rolls. Roll number 1.
Alright, roll number 1, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. An audio or an ebook.
Roll number 1 was audio/ebook, and so I'm going to choose a book that is on my library, I have a hold on in my library, and that is One by One by Ruth Ware. This is, I love, mysteries that are set in one place, and you're just trying, you're stuck in this one place, and you're trying to find the murderer, and the murderer is obviously in this group of people. I love those kind of stories, because I read And Then There Were None, and that, set everything for, what I want to read when it comes to mysteries. So, yeah, I'm very excited. This one is set, I believe, in a ski resort. It's a bunch of coworkers going to the ski resort, and they're being killed off, wait for it, one by one. So, alright, let's do roll number 2.
Roll number 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A mystery.
World number 2 landed us on mystery, so I'm going to read a book that was chosen, or it was in my TBR list that my partner could choose from, but it didn't get chosen, and that's going to be The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It is the first collection of short stories written by Arthur Conan Doyle for Sherlock Holmes. Some very famous ones include Scandal in Bohemia and The Red-Headed League are the ones that are jumping out at me at the moment as famous ones. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I love Sherlock Holmes. I read my second Sherlock Holmes last month, and you'll be hearing about that in my wrap-up. So, I had a much better time than the first time around with Sherlock Holmes, or second time around. I've read Hound of the Baskervilles, and I really enjoyed that too. My copy is setting up here somewhere. Yeah, it's up there. All right,
Roll number 3 is another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop. He's not wanting to stand up today. Adult fantasy.
So roll number 3 is an adult fantasy, and I don't have any adult fantasy on my shelves that I want to read at the moment. So I looked at my Kindle and I realized I have Ninth House on my Kindle that I still have not read. So I'm going to finally read Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I was supposed to read this back in May, and I was supposed to do a buddy read with my friend Madison for Not Naturalathon. And I just didn't. I started it, but I didn't finish it. So I'm going to finish it this month. So, yay. I might have to restart because I don't remember a ton. So, all right. Next roll.
Roll number 4. A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A comic book.
Number 4 landed us on comic book, and so I'm going to read another Arkham kind of story, Arkham Asylum story. I'm going to read Arkham Reborn. This is very short. I think it's 3 issues, but yeah, I love me some comics. I'm gonna read the whole all 3 issues, so I'm very excited. I love Batman. Love it. Nori from Books with Nori, I think that might be her channel name. I'll leave the link in the description. Mentioned something about a DC readathon because she's a huge DC reader, and I'm just like, yes, let's do a DC Comics readathon. I'm all for it because I, like Nori, am a big fan of DC Comics. I prefer DC Comics over Marvel, and you can come at me. I like Marvel, but I'd rather have my DC Comics. I enjoy DC Comics a lot. All right. I don't know what this is about. The last series, this might be set after the last series I read. I have to look. The last series I read, Arkham Asylum got exploded, and all the inmates got put in Wayne Manor because Bruce Wayne lost Wayne Manor. So all the inmates ended up in Wayne Manor. So this might be like rebuilding of Arkham Asylum. We'll just have to see. I don't remember. I don't know what it's all about except that it's Arkham, and I think it's the Mad Hatter that's on the front cover. I could be totally wrong, but we'll see. All right. Roll number 5.
Roll number 5. An 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A Shakespeare retelling. We haven't had that one yet.
number 5 is Shakespeare retelling. So I'm going to read If We Were Villains by, M.L. Rowe, maybe, I think. This is a story about some theater kids who they end up dying. It's a mystery. Maybe a thriller. I think it's a mystery. But I heard some really interesting things about this, and I want to read it because I love a good Shakespeare retelling. I'm an English nerd. I've read a lot of Shakespeare in my day because I took a Shakespeare class in college. So I'm very, very excited to get to this book. So If We Were Villains. Roll number 6.
Roll number 6 is a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to add another roll. Fine. We were doing okay up till that point. Alright. Roll number 6. Take 2. 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set outside the USA.
So roll number 6. Actually, take 1. Landed on add another roll. So we're up to 8 rolls. But roll number 6, take 2, led us to set us outside the USA. I'm going to read for this one. This came in my latest Once Upon a Book Club book box. So I'm going to read The Book of Two Ways by Jodi Picoult. This is mainly set in Egypt. The main character of this story wanted to be an Egyptologist, and things happen. I read a little bit of it. Haven't finished it, obviously. But, yeah. I want to read it. I want to finish the vlog. I started the vlog, and I've opened up one gift from it, and I'm so excited to finally get to this. My very first Once Upon a Book Club pick. So you'll see a vlog of me opening all the gifts here coming up really soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright, next roll.
Number 7 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Community chest.
Roll number 7 led us to Community Chest, which is going to my Goodreads, randomizing it, and the first book is what I read. So, as you can see here, the first book that came up after randomizing it is Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. I don't know what this is about, really. I think this could be kind of interesting because the first line here on the dust jacket says, "Imagine a year without Christmas. No crowded malls, no corny office parties, no fruitcakes, no unwanted presents." That's just what Luther and Nora Crank have in mind when they decide that just in this once, they'll skip the holiday together. Theirs will be the only house on Hemlock Street without a rooftop frosty. They won't be hosting their annual Christmas Eve bash. They aren't even going to have a tree. Isn't this this was made into a movie, wasn't it? Meet the Cranks? This was made into a movie. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. They won't need one because come December 25th, they're setting sail on a Caribbean cruise. But as this weary couple is about to discover, skipping Christmas brings enormous consequences and isn't half as easy as this imagined. This was made into a movie. Meet the Cranks. Am I not? I did not know this. I didn't know that movie was based on a book. What? That has Tim Allen in it, right? Right? It's Tim Allen in Meet the Cranks. A classic tale for modern times, skipping Christmas offers a hilarious look at the chaos and frenzy that have become part of our holiday tradition. And it's only like, it's not even 200 pages. It's like 176 pages, 77. So, I might just have to watch that movie. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time. Oh my goodness. Alright, Skipping Christmas is my next choice. So, interesting. Last roll, hopefully.
Will hopefully be the last roll. Is a 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another comic book.
Roll number 8, it landed us on comic book yet again. We were so close. We were very nearly close to adding 2 more books. Thank the Lord, we did not. So, comic book number that I'm going to read is Batman Arkham City. This is a series of comic books to go along with the game Arkham City. So, I'm excited. Y'all know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is my stack of books that I own that I'm going to adding onto this. I have 2 comic books. I gotta reopen my notebook. I have 2 comic books, which are Arkham Reborn and Arkham City, Batman Arkham City. We have audio ebook, which is 1 by 1 by Ruth Ware. My Ninth House for an adult fantasy. If We Were Villains for a Shakespeare retelling. And I think that's it. I think this is doable. I usually say this is doable because this is going to be short. This is like 200 pages. I can finish the comic books in like 2 or 3 settings. I think Ninth House and 1 by 1 are going to be the ones that are going to take me the longest. On top of this, I have my 2 Right or Along picks, which are, we're starting the Kane Chronicles this month. I'm very excited. So we're going to be reading, I didn't grab them. We're going to be reading the Red Pyramid and the Throne of Fire, which are the first and second books in the Kane Chronicles series. I'm super stoked. So stay tuned for the live show, maybe, that is coming for that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.